Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be doing a sublimation video featuring the J-Trans sublimation oven. You've seen me use this in previous videos, and the Sawgrass SG500. So we're going to be sublimating the stemless wine glasses. I was going to make a couple of these for my friend Terry and I. We are getting ready to have a little girls vacation, and it's going to be a lot of fun next week. So I just thought these would be kind of a fun little souvenir and something we can use during our time together. So without further ado, I've already printed the image on the SG500. So that's the SG500 right there. That prints 8.5 by 11 as it comes, or you can pull the tray out a little bit and it will print up to 8.5 by 14, which is your legal size. So really great printer. I honestly probably use that one more than the SG1000 just because I don't always need that really big size, even though the SG1000 can also print 8.5 by 11. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the Sawgrass printers. I do have all of my equipment and everything linked in the description below. So what I like about the J-Trans sublimation oven is, as you can see, this wine glass has a unique shape. So we've got a little bit of a bulbous area right here, and then it's narrower, and then it gets narrower again. So even in a mug press with the conical cone, this is kind of hard to get a really nice press. So with the sublimation oven and the help of some shrink sleeves, I'm going to be able to get my image on here nice and tight. Now, when you get the J-Trans sublimation oven, there is a page in it that has this chart. You want to keep this. The sublimation oven comes in only Celsius. You can't set it in Fahrenheit, but it tells you in here that you need to, for a stainless steel product, you need to preheat it for 7 to 10 minutes at 195 Celsius. That's about 383 degrees Fahrenheit. And it says 5 minutes for one product. So I'm going to use 6 minutes for two. So we're going to increase that time just a little bit. I do have it preheating. There is right here, right by the time, there is a little wavy icon. And that wavy icon tells you that it's preheating. So it's preheating. I set the timer for about 6 minutes. So it's going to go off here in just a second. And we'll restart that while we're preparing our mug. So I've already prepared this one. We're going to do two. And I've already printed my print. And I'm going to cut this out. Now I'm going to cut this so it's straight, kind of slightly curved on the bottom. And then I'm going to cut close to the side and slightly curved in the other direction, and I'll show you in just a second, and down. So this is going to help it go around this round cup. So I've got it it's concave here and convex there. I believe that's the right terminology, but you can see this shape. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, and I've been touching this all through the video, so we're going to spray it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, denatured alcohol, whatever you have. Use a lint-free cloth, and we're just going to wipe this down. All right, once we've got that all wiped down, you want to make sure your picture is oriented correctly, and we're just going to place that on the mug, or on the, I guess it's a stemless wine glass. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball this and try to get it as straight as possible. There's my preheat. I'm just going to restart it. We're going to let that keep preheating. I'm going to use some of my heat resistant tape. Once I get this the way I want it. And we're going to tape this on one end. Oops, messed that one up. So I'm just going to get it down first. All right, and then I'm going to pull it tight. So I've got it taped there. I'm going to pull it tight. And do this side. Once I've got that into place, now I'm going to put a little bit more tape around the sides. You don't have to go crazy. And then I'm going to put some tape around the bottom. And I'm more worried about just because of the nature of my image, There's only one spot that comes close to the bottom, so I want to make sure that that is nice and smooth. It's where the bottom of her legs and the bottom of mine. So I'm just making sure that that area is flat. I'm going to turn this piece of tape. Okay, so I've got my image taped down. You can see I didn't go crazy. There's only 2 spots that the image actually comes down to the bottom, so I made sure that that is sealed right where our legs are on both of our images, but it's just taped down. So now I'm going to show you a little trick. So this is a piece of dental floss. We are going to put I'm going to put it over here on the side where the image is not, and I'm going to let it hang off the bottom. So it's inside my cup, just hanging off the bottom, all right? So now we're going to take our shrink wrap sleeve and we're just going to slide it over there. I'm going to reach in, grab that dental floss to make sure that it doesn't slip out of my hand. And we're just going to put that over the top. Oops, put it down here a second. So we're just sliding the shrink wrap sleeve over the tumbler. And there you can see that dental floss is hanging out of the bottom right there, and it's still inside my cup. So now what I'm going to do is orient this so that the seam of the sleeve is not where my image is. If it is, it's okay, but I just generally try to avoid it if I can. So I still got that dental floss hanging out at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. So we're going to use a heat gun and we're going to heat up our shrink wrap. All right, so that didn't take too long. You can still see my string is hanging out of here. I'm going to trim up this little bit on the bottom just so that this is going to sit in the oven. All right, so I really wanted to pay close attention. This is where my image is taped right here. So I wanted to make sure that that is very, very smooth and tight. That shrink wrap is very smooth across that. The rest of it I'm not as worried about, but it's actually all very smooth. And you can see right inside, here's my string. And there's the string. All right. So we've got the oven preheated, and I'm going to take both tumblers and we're going to place them inside 6 minutes at 195 Celsius. It's getting ready to beep here. So I'm going to place them in. I put my glove on. You want to be careful. This is very, very hot. 400 degrees in here, 383. I'm going to set it on 6 minutes. And we're going to hit start. There's a hot air button. I'm going to turn that on. And we are going. So 195 degrees Celsius for 6 minutes for 2 tumblers. And we'll see how this turns out. So we have just a few seconds left. Oh, it's done. I've put my heat glove on and I'm going to show you the little trick with the dental floss and why this is such a cool little trick that you might not have heard about, but it makes things so much easier. So again, this is very, very hot, but here is my dental floss. So now when I want to remove this shrink wrap, all I do, I'm going to grab my cup and I'm going to pull that dental floss. And voila, I don't have to try to peel this off. I've got something to grab onto and it helps get the shrink wrap off. Looks like I broke it a little bit, but it does work extremely well. So here we go. Let's see what we've got with our sublimation image. All right, so again, this is very, very hot. So make sure you're being extremely careful. Super cute. All right, so let me show you the finished project. So I get all the tape off. So here it is. There's my logo, her logo, and then we've got crafts, chats, and cocktails. So stinking cute. So let's see how number 2 did. I'm setting this down on my desk on top of my mouse pad. That's going to act as a little bit of a heat resistant top. All right, so again, I'm going to find that dental floss. Here is the second one. You can see just how cute this turned out. I love it. So here's our finished tumblers. How cute are these? I think they're going to be so much fun. See, I'm turning it around the wrong way. There we go. There's that one and that one. So cute. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to click that bell so that you're notified every time there's a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, never stop making. See ya. Bye-bye.